Trial by fire, quite literally.
I guess so.
All right, well, when do we leave?
Whenever we want, I guess. Or whenever those two stop sulking. Anyway, I'll meet you down there. Jack will scoop up Birch.
I'm gonna literally kill Jack.
Emma is going to create herself in the campaign just to kill Jack.
Jack will...
A barbarian appears and throttles you while singing.
Back to the story at hand. You guys are done with downtime. You've got 2 active portals. What are you doing?
Well, we maybe should talk to Willem about his little strike team idea. As a group?
A most excellent idea, Jack.
I don't think Jack brought it up, to be honest. But he did. But Willem did bring it up to Jack, and he did bring it up to Gingham. And you know what? It's Willem, so he probably just marches in the morning and announces it to everybody again for a 3rd time, because Willem never stops talking.
That's true. That is what's going to happen. He'll come in during breakfast.
Is over the breakfast table, and he's kind of leaned forward onto his elbows, and there's like a big wide bowl of soup or some porridge on the table, and the tongue is out of his belly, just like...
Has
you
he
lost me at soup,
like,
you got me back with porridge.
He's become more like...
He's getting comfy with everybody.
Yeah, okay. That's that. I guess that was my question. He's like clearly not hiding his mouth tummy anymore.
Not as, no. People keep seeing it and they stared at it, and so he just kind of braces up and lets himself consume. What'd you say, Chase?
So then life kept moving on. Yeah, Willem will come in during breakfast. Morning, everyone.
Ugh.
Well, that's not very kind, Crunk.
Oh, not you. It's the...
There was a strawberry.
Oh, horrid stuff for breakfast. Too much sugar. Anyways, did any of you get a chance to talk about that strike force? I reached out to my old pal Ramin, and I think that we're ready to try to take an attempt to the portal if you all have us.
Tell me about this Ramin. I'm not sure I trust this person.
Oh, Jack hasn't talked about Ramin.
Jack, this is another one of your friends?
Best friends.
Another best friend, Jack?
But, Ramin was part of the same crew where I met Willem. I met Ramin at the same time.
Bonded for life in the dungeon.
Okay. I don't know. That seems a little strong of a description, but we did go through some dungeon together, and they are pretty competent as far as I have experienced. I didn't realize they were still in the adventuring life. I thought they'd settled down and started up that brewery, Ram's Head Brewery.
Ram's Head Brewery?
Nobody truly leaves the adventuring life, Jack.
I love the ale from Ram's Head Brewery.
Well, it's Ramin's personal recipe, so if you've
got to be kidding. Oh, yes. Ramin can definitely stop by. Maybe you could stock the cellar.
He won't be stopping by here.
What? How is he going to get through the portal?
Oh, I'm going to summon him when I go through the portal. I don't think it's safe to bring them all here.
You brought Victoria here?
Victoria is bound for your same destiny.
What about Mordecai? You said you were going to try and take him with you?
Yes, I believe I can take Mordecai out of here.
How certain are you about that?
98%.
It's a large percentage.
Are you okay with that, Gingham?
Well, you said 98. What is that accent?
There's a much higher chance that all of you will explode leaving the portals, given your imminent danger you're in all the time.
Can you
that
imagine
mean?
just spontaneous combustion as
Not
soon as we walk
spontaneous,
through?
it'd be more targeted combustion with your crew, but you get the means.
If they can get through my armor, they deserve it.
So 98% is enough for you, Gingham?
I mean, I don't know that Willem's ever done anything to prove he's not competent.
Gingham is making the most sense of any of you this morning.
Jack chokes on his food a little.
Cheats at fights, first off.
But does that make someone incompetent if they know how to
If they-
cheat?
Well, if he cuts corners,
I didn't cheat in a fight.
Gingham's eyes slowly shift over to Jack and then back over to the conversation. Right.
I think a 98% chance with Willem seems like a pretty good bet. It's true, Crunk. He's maybe not the best at everything, but when it comes to researching stuff and complicated magical processes, I unfortunately have to admit that I do really trust him.
well, as you wish, Jack.
I mean, this is your squad, right, Crunk? I think you're the ultimate call on this little sub-team.
Well, I suppose we should get ready. Oh, and, Jack, when you have a moment, I'd like token back. I'm gonna get some runes added onto it for a backup weapon.
Sure. Yeah, it's just up in my bag in my room. I'll go get it.
Thank you very much.
Was that a yes on the task force?
Yes, of course, obviously, Jack, trust you.
Good. I'm going to get Mordecai then, and we're going to head out today.
Which portal are you taking? Which one are you leaving for us? Make sure it's a good one.
That's a good thing to clarify, Crunk. I suggested that you all go through those crystals there. Let me take
I was
the dark
hoping you were going
forest.
to say that. I wanted to go to the crystals.
Seems more dangerous, and I will say you're a more formidable crew. Ramon's going to be rusty. Mordecai's untested.
He did shoot Gingham accidentally.
I
Like
heard
3
about that.
times.
I
We worked on that. He's been doing my morning runs with me.
Is that going to help with
And
his
you
aim?
think that's going to help his marksmanship?
Cardio helps everything, Crunk. Do you know how much stamina it takes to pull a bowstring?
Is Aurora there?
No.
Sorry, your girlfriend isn't here, Crunk.
I wanted to just like ignore him and talk to her, but instead he's just gonna like look around.
Where is Aurora, by the way?
I left her with Ramon.
Ah, rude. Well,
Why is
tell her
that
goodbye to stay safe for me. Not stay safe for me, but just tell her the message for me.
I will. Are you trying to court my familiar, Crunk?
No.
It's okay if the answer is yes. There's no shame in it.
Well, I think there's a little bit, but aren't you like amorous with your familiar?
Amorous. No.
I've literally seen her tongue in your ear.
That does not have to have that same sort of meaning, Crunk. She's a serpent.
So you're saying that if she stuck her tongue in Jack's ear, that would have no meaning?
No.
Jack is not here. Jack thought to his room as soon as Willem asked if Crunk was
Willem's
courting
gonna
his
start spewing
familiar.
off a bunch of serpent facts.
Like what?
Yeah, Chase
You know,
hit us with a serpent
snake's sense
fact.
of smell is through their tongue, Crunk.
The sense of she's sniffing the inside of your skull, the cavern where your brain ought to be. Sorry,
Oh.
I'm sorry. I was trying to be funny, and it was just mean.
It was funny.
Oh!
Anyways, I'm going to go get ready. Thank you for this opportunity. I won't let you down, Jack.
Jack is not
Oh,
there.
Gingham O'Cross.
Jack
Jack's
has
gone.
exited.
Jack? I'm going to go get ready. Willem's going to walk by and he's going to pat Crunk on the shoulder and he's going to get in really close. I did dearly miss this Magambia hazing and rivalry. Thank you, Crunk. He's going to pat you on the shoulder.
Krunk's gonna sit there for a second and then look over at Gingham.
I hate that I sometimes like him.
I mean, at least sometimes you get along, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's nice.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go get ready.
Mordecai comes walking in. He's like got a brand new fancy looking bow. He's got nicer armor on. He does have a new little amulet that he's wearing. Hey, did Willem come by here?
You went that way?
Good. Sounds like we're getting ready to go out. I'll be safe. I'm not worried about us. Willem seems capable. You make sure you're a lot safe?
Well, we've got Crank here. Crank will make sure everybody's safe.
Oh, I'm sure you're all far more capable. He was saying something about that you're going to the more dangerous portal, though. So just, stay sharp out there.
Well,
You
give
too.
your daughter a hug, Mordecai.
You do hugs, Gingham?
And do you go by daughter Gingham or Spawn, perhaps?
I think that they go by Gingham.
Recently, you had such an experience as Ginny.
Oh, I was human for a minute, that's right.
I just wondered if that changed anything.
No.
Like remembering identity.
Anyways, I should go get ready, and he'll give an awkward little side hug to Gingham.
Gingham will hug back. It's really weird because Gingham's so short.
It's like crouched down. Pat, pat.
Be safe.
You too.
Chase, I know Jack wasn't there. I'm just curious. Did Mordecai still have the dagger on him visibly? I guess I don't know if he wears
did
it
not.
visibly. Okay.
And he did previously.
Okay. So when you guys are in your rooms, Jack will call out, kind of out in the hall that we all share. Hey guys, come here for a second.
Crunk runs through the door that connects their bedrooms.
Is everything okay, Jack?
Yeah, calm down. It's not an emergency. It's just something weird.
You've just never called me over before.
Gingham shows up now.
Yeah, just like walking in all casual. So, I don't really know what happened, but I was looking for Token in my bag. Jack holds up the bag that he put Token in. And it's not, well, it wasn't in here. And instead, like in its place, I found this. And Jack pulls out Greythorn. The nice, fancy new short sword.
I bet Guy did this.
Why don't you go and roll me a deception, Jack?
Okay.
This is versus your perception DCs. If you would like to know if you pick up that maybe Jack's being a little sus.
Okay. Super high DC, Tori. Good
What
luck.
is your DC?
33.
What's yours, Gingham?
30.
Gingham.
36.
Okay, 36 is the highest to beat, Jack.
Okay. That means I have to roll a 6 or higher.
Wow, Jack is so good
Actually,
at lying.
a 3 or
Yeah.
higher.
I think you could take assurance on this.
Oh, did you see the 4?
Hey,
42. Which means
it's not a critical success, but it's a success.
Oh, yes, because 33 was lower. Yeah, I succeed. I don't know if it was Guy. I mean, yeah, we could ask him, but I was also... I thought about what you'd said, Crunk, about trying to, I don't know, put faith into something. So while you guys were out yesterday, after I'd finished the shopping, I was messing around a bit with the empty throne. And I mean, I don't know if that's what this is, but it seems like it could be related.
Wait a minute, you're saying that you put Token on the throne,
No,
and then this happened?
no, I just was over there and I was trying to meditate or, I don't know, pray or whatever you call it. And then this happened. it might not be related. I don't know that it is. This place does weird things, but that's just the only thing I could think of that might have something to do with this.
Devious lie.
Chase.
What's Birch
Yeah.
doing? Is Birch
Crunk?
just like...
Oh, Birch is chill.
Okay.
Birch is your partner in crime. Yeah? Did Crunk what?
I can't remember how well Crunk succeeded on how the empty throne works.
I don't recall either.
Okay.
I
think that he just got a
I don't
religious
think any of
check
you
that
guys
it was like a
greater power.
uh-huh.
Yeah, I think you guys just got that it was a greater power, not one that you recognized. And I don't think you guys have fully figured out how the empty throne works. You've just done
Okay.
some trial and error, and you didn't feel particularly good about it, Crunk.
I mean, does this sword... If I'm not mistaken, this kind of looks like the symbol of Norgerber. Because the hilt of the sword has, like, the winking skulls on it, right, Chase?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I take a knowledge check?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a religion. And what's your training in religion?
Expert.
Okay.
37.
That is definitely the symbol of Norgerber, but you don't know anything else about the sword.
Can I esoteric?
You sure can. What's your training?
Legendary.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm now one.
I don't give a fuck.
I feel like you're upset, actually. Gingham's too upset to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, token is gone.
Yeah, Gingham just stares hard at it. And then at Jack.
The skull kind of looks like your reflection, Gingham.
What a lovely tool you've got there. I have to go finish getting ready. Gingham leaves.
Crunk, Gingham didn't tell you this, but they were kind of hurt that you swapped out authority, or swapped out token with authority. I think this might be why they went stomping off just now, because now token is gone.
I
I'm
didn't
really
get
sorry.
rid of Token. I was just repurposing
I know.
Token.
I wasn't trying to either. I feel terrible. I'm really sorry. Please, can you ever forgive me for losing token? I swear I didn't mean to. Oh my gosh, I feel like a horrible person. Jack is lying through his teeth right now.
Rogue.
Crunk looks troubled.
Well, it's not like you meant to, Jack. You wouldn't do something so cruel. I hope that you'll help facilitate an apology to Gingham that this is lost.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
I don't know what I can do.
It's not like Gingham purchased it or made it. How much meaning could it really ascribe? I thought it was more of like a, ha-ha, I'm better than you at whatever you try to do. You know what I mean? I mean, I can hurt things really fast, but whenever it comes to anything measure of skill, Gingham comes out on top, no matter what, in their little straw mystery body.
Does that bother you?
Immensely. Do you know how many years of training I've been through? And he was born 1 month ago and just can do anything? How does that not frustrate you? I went to the most famous school in the entire world, and I've never seen anything like it.
Well, I think we all have our place on the team, Crunk. And I think we've seen weirder... I mean, this place didn't exist to me 2 months ago, and yet here it is. And it can do all sorts of things I never even thought was possible. So why not just be glad that Gingham is helping us?
I didn't say that I wasn't glad that Gingham was helping us, Jack.
I know, but you just always treat them like they're some kind of alien. Or there's some kind of weird monster that's just, like, attached like a parasite to the two of us. I'm just saying, maybe
That
that's
seems
part
a bit
of why they're
extreme,
hurt.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, Jack. I think that we should take a break for a moment.
Whatever you say, Crunk.
Sure. And he's going to turn around and walk away.
And the door gets slammed a little hard.
Jack looks at Birch. Well, I mean, I guess that could have gone better, but it probably could have gone worse.
Victoria comes walking in, kind of startled by the slamming door. Is everything all right?
Just peachy. We've never been more ready to go adventuring together. What do you need?
Well, I just heard that there was a lot of prepping going on. Wondering if you thought about how we're going to proceed forward.
I don't know. Gingham usually knows all kinds of stuff, but they're probably not going to talk to me because I accidentally lost their sword that they gave to Crunk that Crunk swapped out, but somehow it's all my fault and everyone's mad at me.
Wow, Tori. Fucking wow. Roll a deception against Victoria.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got stuff.
Oh, I hadn't clicked on
I hope
Foundry
this
for a
is the
minute.
nattiest of ones.
I've got a
I
hero
mean-
point. What's my... I don't get to know my DC, I assume. Do I get to know my DC?
Correct.
Okay.
No, I'll tell you if you fail or not.
Ookie. That is a 40.
Success. Bit of discourse in the party.
Well, token was really important to Gingham. And I didn't realize it was so important to Crunk, but apparently it is, and...
Well,
whatever.
Who knows? Maybe they'll turn back up. And she twirls her dagger between her fingers in like a deft little knife trick.
So we gave it back?
He did. That Mordecai, he's a nice fellow.
Yeah.
I got caught up a bit on the strange happenings between this group, but trying not to butt in where I don't fit in yet, you know?
Well, seems like right now you might be the only person who likes me. So that's where you can fit in, I suppose. Maybe you can be the only person who likes everybody right now.
Well, that's to be determined, but I guess nobody's disliked yet. So are we going on an adventure?
Yeah, Crystal
joining you all?
Dragon or something. So if you've got
Wow.
stuff for that,
A
then
dragon.
prepare yourself. Yeah, I think it's like some kind of crystalline disease infected this blue dragon. I don't really know. Crunk and Gingham were geeking out about it with Usilkit a while back, but I wasn't really paying attention.
Trial by fire, quite literally.
I guess so.
All right, well, when do we leave?
Whenever we want, I guess. Or whenever those two stop sulking. Anyway, I'll meet you down there. Jack will scoop up
I'm
Birch.
gonna literally kill Jack.
Emma is going to create herself in the campaign just to kill Jack.
Jack will...
A barbarian appears and throttles you while singing.
He will waltz down to the courtyard with Birch. And Birch has touch telepathy today? Yes, he does.
I believe so.
He has touch telepathy today. So Drag is just kind of debriefing with Birch as he walks down.
That's some stone cold lying there, kid.
Well, what else am I supposed to do?
Oh, I'm not judging. I'm more impressed.
I don't know. I don't know.
Just make sure you don't let it get in the way of the mission, huh?
I guess. I mean, I think that this is probably the cleaner way to handle it, and the way that would get less in the way of the mission than me telling them, oh, hey, remember that sword that was really important to both of you? I sold it, and I don't feel bad about it.
It's a shame they're all tied up on the sentiment, because, I mean, the honest truth is that you traded in a slightly okay weapon, I suppose, for, that thing. He gestures his little paw down at Greythorn.
Well, maybe they'll feel better about it once they see it in action.
You know that rune's, really good at taking people's heads off?
I know. Like I said, maybe they'll feel differently when they see it in action.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go show them. Let's go take a dragon's head off.
All right.
Willem's down the courtyard. Him and Mordecai are going to say a final farewell, and Willem's going to step through the portal.
Can I give Mordecai a hug before he goes?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
You see him go through. His amulet glows with a bright green as he steps through, and then as they both step through, the portal disappears, or it turns back into an innate archway.
Well, Jack will lounge with his boots up on the table, waiting for everybody else.
I don't know. They probably pulled out their brooch and they're having a conversation with the brooch on the way down.
It's pronounced Corvosa.
That's not correct. There's no way that's correct. How do you just know that? That's a silly
I
pronunciation.
read a book from time to time.
Oh, you don't have... I never gave you eyes.
I don't need eyes to read a book.
Then you're not reading.
I can see just fine. Where are your eyes? How do you see?
They're in these sockets right
Those
here.
are empty holes, not eyes.
Put you back in
Oh,
my
and how
pocket.
did I know that? Because I can see you.
Oh, you think you know it all? Tell me about a crystalline dragon then, won't you? Sassy bitch throws it in the bag of holding.
By you, Crunk.
Crunk comes out wearing all of his armor and his big old new sword, and he's carrying his fancy new staff. He walks in the room. He looks kind of pissed off, honestly.
Is his eye glowing or not that pissed?
His eye is not glowing. The eye is more of bloodlust than anger.
Ooh.
Well, that's relief
So-
then, I guess, that it's not glowing. We'd have
Maybe
a
a little
different
bit.
problem.
We'd have a much different problem. We could do the little thing we were talking about earlier.
No.
But he's gonna walk over to Victoria, and when he speaks to her, his voice is gentle.
Victoria, by the way, is geared out in a lot more magical gear than you guys have seen her with now. She's like decked out, ready to go. She's got some kind of magical cloak, a magical amulet. She's got magical boots, prayer beads, a big old staff on her back. She's wearing enchanted clothing.
Victoria, it is my understanding that you can cast divine spells.
That's my specialty.
I was wondering if this staff might be of use to you during our missions.
That's an interesting one. It might come in handy. I mean, I already have my own staff here, but I'll definitely take it. See if it can be useful. Keep it in my bag of holding.
What staff do you have?
This is a true staff of healing.
You don't say. Well, if it isn't for you, that is fine. I can always sell this one, or...
No, I'd take it. At least I won't take ownership of it, but if none of you can use it, I'll keep it on hand in case it can be useful.
Unfortunately, none of us can cast divine spells, save from scrolls, in Gingham's case.
I just reading from paper.
How about I hold on to it for you until you want to sell it? Put it through a test run.
It sounds like an excellent plan.
She'll grab it and she'll put it into her, whatever the bag of holding is called now.
Watch it be actually cursed. She
Isn't
turns
that from
into
the
a
Mountain
lich.
Man?
Yeah.
He's just giving you cursed item after cursed item.
Maybe I'm decked out in cursed wear.
That is hilarious.
Hardcore's all evil.
By the way, I took the beating card. Is that okay with you guys? It's the one that just gives a little bit of extra damage if you hit someone who's flanked.
I think that's a great card for you.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then the Tangled Briar is still in the stash, which gives the toughness feat. If Gingham maybe wants that, or Crunk. I realized I already have the toughness feat. It does give you more HP even if you do have the feat, but I figured maybe someone else could use that if they want it.
I don't want to step on any of your toes, but if you want anybody to hold on and make use of some of your extra cards, I'll hold on to them. If you want me to go through a trial run before you trust me with them, no hard feelings, I understand.
That's a good
Sense
point,
motive.
Yeah, for sure. Can roll me a blind
too. Victoria is
perception.
playing the long con. She earns our trust and then steals all our cards and runs off into the night.
I don't know what I rolled, but I rolled.
I mean, she seems like she's being honest. She's being genuine.
Genuine.
Yep.
Well, I don't see a real reason why not, but
I hope you know. Betrayal's not an option here.
Of course. I'm here just to be a support. If you don't want me to hold them, I won't hold them. It sounds like you're the one who needs to be holding them in the end, Crunk, so that's who I'm here to get them to.
Okay, I'm down if we want to have her have some.
Okay.
We can set them all out on the table and maybe pick a few for her.
But you guys didn't know we were going to be playing Friday Night Magic.
Goodness.
Trading some
Drafting
cards.
your deck? Okay.
I guess in case you're all curious, I specialize in healing. I fight pretty alright as well. I'm descended from angels, if you can believe it.
Oh, a Nephilim.
Not that kind. My bloodline's a little bit more direct.
Are you of the Azata blood?
Kind of.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to pry.
I know it can't be from your mom.
Oh,
Chuckles.
no, I suppose it's not more direct is the wrong way. I utilize it more. It's from my ancestors. Somewhere down my bloodline was angels. That's how I get my magic. So it pushed me towards Shaylin.
How special for you.
Sorry, thought I'd share a bit of the backstory. All that's notable for all of you, I guess, is I won't let you die. If things are getting lit on fire, it's probably because of me. And if you see a little bird flying around turning into a scythe and smacking people, that'd be me as well.
Well, just as long as you keep the fire away from Gingham. They're a bit flammable.
No worries. I'm good at controlling it. Not one of those crazy wizards that goes around throwing their fireballs around in a tight room.
Did Willem ever do that to me, Chase?
Yes.
Okay.
He exploded his mosquitoes.
Yeah, I've got an up-close look at that. It's less fun. It's less fun when it's right on top of your face.
Agreed. All right, so adventure it is then.
It would seem so.
I'm going to do this then. And she's going to like put her hands together like she's like in a praying stance, and she's going to run her hands down across her body, and she's going to start glowing slightly. If any of you are in trouble and you need help and I can't get to you, if you touch me, I'll heal you. She's casting a vital beacon on herself.
I love Vital Beacon so much. So cool.
I'm going to cast Mind of Menace as well, Chase. It lasts
Excellent.
24 hours. And you can assume that I've cast my wand as well to be anti-scrying.
I would like to cast Desiccate, and all targets, all living creatures within 500 feet will take 10d10 void damage.
Okay. It was a fun campaign, guys.
Good run.
It was good. Gosh, this is probably so awkward for Victoria. She's like trying to be the like, okay, so cool, guys. We're going on an adventure.
Teamwork.
Yeah, everyone feeling good? Great. Okay, let's go. What an onboard. What a first day on the job.
All right, we all prepped up.
Think so?
Excellent. Who's stepping through first?
Crunk.
Karunk, stepping through the portal. All right, let's go to a new map, shall we?
I don't think that Crunk said anything to Jack, and he's certainly not engaging with him.
Jack wouldn't have tried to talk to Crunk.
That figures.
We all know by
you
now that
either.
Jack excels at playing the moody teenager.
All right. You guys step through the portal, and as you do, there are these glowing crystals all around you, and I literally mean all around you. They are on the walls, they are on the ceiling, they are on the floor, and the floor is very uncomfortable to stand upon. It's all difficult terrain. And as you guys first enter here, and you guys get a good look around, once you have a more clear look actually being in this room, you can tell that some of these crystals look a little bit weird. they look kind of like this. You see crystal hands and arms and like Venus flytrap looking mouths all over the ground.
Are they moving or just?
They're not moving. They're on the ground laying on what appears to be their backs.
Just
What
do
in the
a little
hells?
knowledge on that.
Yeah, hit me with a Arcana.
Boom,
He's
boom,
eternal.
boom. My knowledge is a 44.
44 is a critical success.
What's Gingham got?
36 for
36
Jack.
is a success.
Oh man, 34.
And 34 is also a success. So you guys all know that these are crystalline sentinels. These squat, rotund elementals have 3 legs, 3 arms, 3 eyes, and 1 massive maw, which they fill with the gems and metals they find so delicious. So these things eat crystals, become crystals. Notably, all of you understanding what these are, you can tell that these ones are dead.
Chase, with my critical success, do I know that if we put these guys in our bag, we can harvest gems from their tummies?
No. You would know that the gems are actually very frail, and if you try to harvest them off, they're going to crumble and not be worth anything.
Even if we craft so carefully to free them?
Even if you craft so carefully, you won't be able to sell it because anybody you sold it to would check it and it would just crumble away. So
Got it.
it would be like giving somebody a husk of a crystal. It would be bad quality.
They've absorbed the value. Okay.
Yeah, once they die, the crystals kind of turn to like dead skin and they'll just crumble.
Ew.
I don't like it.
Could I try to ascertain how they died? Or if they
Yeah,
have
for sure.
injuries or anything?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception. Or a medicine.
I would rather perception if it's all the same to you.
Uh-huh.
That's a
I would like to medicine.
35.
35, Jack. You cannot gather exactly what their cause of death was, but there was definitely a battle that ensued here.
They do look hurt, or like they were.
Mhm.
Okay.
Crunk, you can see scratch marks and bite marks all over them.
It appears as they've been scratched and bitten to death.
Do I
by
know
a
the
particularly
approximate
large
size of this
creature.
thing? Large?
No, not a particularly large creature. More like a medium-sized creature.
Something around the size of a tiger or wolf.
Would a 43 do any more?
A 43 perception does do a little bit more. You see some very subtle, shadowy-looking footsteps on some of these crystals, Gingham. Like faded black ink.
Crank,
Very faded.
do you see over there the little footsteps?
Footsteps?
Yeah, they're very shadowy, but right there.
Yeah, you can see them when Gingham points them
Can I
out.
do an examination on them?
How so?
Like, can I crouch down and look at it and see
Oh,
if
yeah.
I recognize what they'd be from?
Yeah. Yeah, when you go ahead and do me a perception, see if you can recall seeing these steps.
A perception? Not like a knowledge of some kind? Okay.
Just for my mental image, Chase, are these humanoid looking? Oh, nice.
They are humanoid looking.
A nat
Mm.
20.
Yeah, Crunk, these look like boot prints when you get a closer look, and you recall seeing similar footsteps from the shadow prints when he attacked Harrowcourt.
Crunk bolts upright and draws his sword.
The Shadow Prince was here.
Oh,
Everyone be on your guard.
Are you sure?
Yes. These are the same steps we saw in Harrowcourt when he arrived.
And Crunk's gonna start walking.
Excellent. Yeah, I'll pull you guys down into here. As you guys move down this way, you can see that there are many other bodies of these crystalline sentinels, including a particularly large one that's dead right here as well. And this room here looks very similar, but there's an enormous gap that opens into the structure, forming a roughly conical, multifaceted room with a 60-foot high ceiling. And the crystals in this area sing, ring, and hum This is playing a very slight tune.
To catch you up, Victoria, the Shadow Prince is the main baddie who attacked Harrow a while back.
Willem and Jek filled me in. Is it concerning that he's been here?
I would say so, yeah.
Gingham, do you know how recently they died?
That would be a medicine.
Can I do that?
Yep. That is not a recall knowledge. That one would not
I
be.
know.
Dang, I rolled a 4, so only 29.
29, Crunk, is, you know that they died, like, at least within the last week.
What the shit?
Gingham with a 42, you can refine it. They died in probably less than a day ago.
Less than a day. Looks
He could
like.
still be here. Let's move as quietly as possible.
And he's gonna make a hand motion down like one of these halls. Chase, are there just 2 halls? One to the southwest and one to the southeast?
Yeah, the southwest you can see is going to end in a dead end, and the southeast looks like it continues onwards.
I want to peek at the dead end, make sure we're not getting flanked by something hiding.
Yeah, when you peek over there, it's just a dead end of crystal.
Okay. No loot or anything?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna head back over the other way then.
Well, do you want me to try and scout ahead a little?
I think Crunks are on a mission.
Crunk
Do you want me
will
to
stop.
quietly scout ahead?
Do you think it's wise to approach the Shadow Prince alone?
I'm not planning on approaching him. I'm planning on spotting him before he spots or hears us. And Jack motions to like your metal armor.
Be my guest, Jack.
Victoria gives a smile and looks down like she's thinking about something.
Mm.
Well, I
Gingham
wouldn't want to
looks
do
up.
anything that goes against the leader's wishes.
You want to run that by me again, Jack?
I'll see you in a bit. Jack will sneak off.
Roll me a stealth.
Okay. And I love
Victoria,
you.
if you ever have ideas, don't hesitate to bring them up.
Oh, I usually don't. Thank you, though. I appreciate that.
Okay, stealth. That's a 34.
34.
Yeah. Do I?
Keeping it or are we rolling it?
I'll keep it because if I do get into a bad spot, I have a few ways I can probably
I
get
got
out
like
of it.
limitless decks you can throw around, right?
All 10.
Okay. Continuing onwards. Sneaky, sneaky, sneak.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so this corridor is just a lot more of the same types of crystals until you round this corner, Jack. And when you round this corner, there's another dip down that goes down about 10 feet in the middle here. And across the way, you see on its back, with shattered crystals all over the place, a very large dead dragon.
Dead.
Looks like this.
It's pretty.
It is a pretty
It
crystalline
is
dragon.
sitting atop a treasure hoard that looks unlooted. And as soon as you turn the corner and see the dragon, all of you have portals open up behind you back to Harrowcourt.
Gingham turns around, then looks at Crunk. But we don't. Do you think Jack got a card?
Somehow I doubt it.
Before
I think
heading
it's much, much worse.
back, Jack will sneak over to try to get a closer look. And also look at this hoard. I guess I want to try and see maybe what happened to the dragon. If it looks like similar, like in line with what happened to all the other creatures here. And also what kind of hoard it's sitting on.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a medicine on its death.
Okay.
I mean, if you get close, if you want to, if you get close, you can see there are lots of bite and claw marks on this as well. And it does look like another battle happened here.
Okay.
Quite a large one.
Okay. It's a 28 for medicine. I assume I'm not learning anything new from that.
Yep.
And then
No, indeed.
Perception on the horde.
Yep.
That's a 32. I rolled a 2. So sad.
All right. There's a lot of stuff in here. Nothing like really draws your attention, except for the fact that you notice there is no card that you can see. But in the stash, there is a +3 greater striking longsword. There's an Ouroboros flail. There is a chain mithril vest. There is a virtuoso viol and bow made of dark wood, which are just very nice viol and bow.
Oh.
There are gloves of storing.
Oh.
There is a rune stone with greater flaming. There's a
Nice.
wand of blade barrier, level 6. There's a scroll of power word stun, level 8.
Ooh.
There's a major elixir of life. Sorry, 3 of them. There is a bunch of gems and art that's worth probably a total of around 5,000 gold. There's 100 platinum pieces. There's 2,000 gold pieces. And there's 10,000 silver pieces.
Holy smokes. Okay.
What a horde.
Well, if Jack is satisfied that there's no one around immediately, then he is going to sneak back to the group. Well, I think that the same thing happened to the dragon that happened to all of these.
Is portal supposed to be open? Did you all do that?
No, I
No,
didn't see a card.
It's actually a bad sign. I'm going to go take a look.
Oh, there
Ian
was a
will
bunch of
follow.
stuff too we should probably take. But yeah, no card.
Grunk's going to come around, and he's going to take a look for the card just in case.
Yeah, got an old perception.
Perception. I rolled a 14 for a total of 37.
Yep, you do not see the card.
Can I do a Haro
anything
test
else.
to, like, these portals are open because there's nothing here anymore?
Harolor?
Yeah, I thought maybe that would work.
Yeah, go ahead.
41.
41. The portals just open when the task is deemed complete. That doesn't necessarily mean you're getting a card.
Interesting.
I go over and perceive the lore, the loot.
Yep.
Got it. 39.
39. Same stuff that everybody else has seen.
Jack will start shoveling some of it into his bags.
Victoria whistles. Whew. That's quite the stash. Never looted a dragon horde before.
This is our second, although somehow I feel this doesn't really count.
So, is this just up for grabs?
You see anyone else around here?
I guess how do we split things like this?
I don't know. Usually we kind of just pool stuff and agree when someone needs an upgrade on something. We're usually
That seems
pretty
fair.
flush with resources. It's not too hard to get the necessary supplies. But
Fair enough.
here, Jack will hand her an elixir, one of the elixirs of life, or whatever it was.
Oh, thanks. I don't think I'll need that, though.
All right.
That scroll, however, that's kind of fascinating.
Gingham's kind of our resident scrollcaster, Victoria.
Ah, of course.
Gingham, actually. I don't know if you knew this, but oftentimes when someone finds gloves of storing, there's an item inside. You should take a look.
Oh. Yeah, Gingham will dive into the gloves of storing.
Excellent. When you reach inside the gloves of storing, Gingham, there is like a smooth stone-shaped object. When you pull it out, it has a rune stone on it that flashes with a dark purple energy I need everybody to make me fortitude saves.
Fuck!
Okay.
The one time I try and be nice to Gingham, I just do
goes
this.
to
It's a
show
mistake.
you.
I should never be nice to
It's
Gingham
never
again.
meant to be.
Is this a
fortitude?
death effect at all?
It is.
Okay, I get a +1. Glad I asked.
Is it to control or restrain you?
No, it's to kill you.
Ah.
I rolled a 5. Nice, Gingham.
It's
Okay.
the death effect.
Okay,
33.
fortitude. I rolled bad. I rolled a 29.
Okay, a 29, you say, Jack.
Is that a hero point worthy?
Yeah, that's you have to use a hero point because you are just so you're having to do a cheat death, so all your hero points are gone.
Okay.
You are so you get like a flash of yourself perishing, and you're able to look away just in time. Crunk and Victoria both go to 0 hit points and dying 2.
I didn't like that.
Does Gingham succeed then? Is Gingham okay?
Gingham critically succeeds and is fine.
Thank
Gingham nat
goodness.
20'd. Gingham's gonna immediately dump. Where the hell are all my high-level healing scrolls?
You don't have to do high level because we're probably just going to go back to Harrow Court. You
It's-
could just do one cast
Did-
of a 3 action.
They're still gonna panic a little bit. They're gonna use a level 6 because they're panicking.
On the bright side, at least you guys pulled this out not in the middle of a fight.
Yeah!
I guess it could have been worse.
God, this looks rigged.
I guess, Em, did you want to use your hero point and reroll, or are you fine going down here?
No, I like sitting at 3 hero points.
Ooh, nice.
3 action is just the 68, no bonuses, right?
Right.
Oh no,
And
it's
we're-
gonna be maximized, so for...
We're not, because we are technically in initiative while people are
Oh.
dying.
Well, hell. There you go, 27 hit points to...
Both of them.
Yeah. It's a 3 action.
Excellent.
Oh, God,
Okay,
are
so
you
Crunk-
okay?
You're wounded too now. Oh, what the hells was that?
No, Gingham's gonna look at it. What is it?
That was Buffon's death rune. It was a trap.
It was a trap. I didn't know. Are you okay?
Ow!
Oh, Crunk, I'm sorry.
It all happened so fast. Remember that you guys have no open wounds, but it made you start like immediately internally bleeding. So you just like probably went super pale. Maybe you had your mouth tummy Crunk was bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, it's just
Who
like
knows?
drooling blood everywhere.
Ugh. I saw Desna.
Oh,
Her blessed wings.
uh,
Her butterflies like a kiss on my cheek.
that
He was
looked
like delirious, just staring up at the shimmering crystals around.
Gingham's just standing by him. Oh. It's inert now, right?
It is inert now. Yep. Victoria is going to stand up and she's going to brush herself off. She's going to summon a halo above her head that sheds some light, and then she's going to do a 3-action heal, and it's going to heal everybody for 116.
Neat. Hey Chase, I know I dumped my hero point, but I'm just curious if this would have worked. I didn't. So I have fated not to die. I draw a Haro card and I
Uh-huh.
automatically lose the dying condition. Did I not even get the dying condition? I was just dead.
No, you crit failed, so you were instantly dead, and your body would have eviscerated and disappeared.
Okay.
So
Eviscerated?
yeah, like
Really?
it would have torn into pieces
Nice.
and
Cool.
then vanished.
Well, let's keep getting this loot, I suppose, very carefully. And keep an eye out for cursed objects.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's all the stuff I put in the stash. You guys don't find anything else of interest?
Do you think the Shadow Prince left that for us, or do you think it was just in the gloves and the dragon had collected it?
Don't know how devious he is. Seems reasonable he could have left it behind. He left all the rest of the loot. Could have just been a false sense of safety. I don't know.
Gingham, is this what I think it is?
And he lifts up the flaming greater rune.
Oh, it's a flaming rune.
But it's not just a flaming rune, Gingham. Come on.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I look at the quality of that one. Oh, that would look lovely on your sword, don't you think? Trying to move past that it's not token.
The slow look over to Jack. Jack will actually hold up that long sword as like a trying to help. He'll show Gingham the +3 rune. This could be good for your boomerang.
Is it a
Or-
+3 rune, or is it a +3 greater
No.
striking longsword?
It's
Well, but we
Jack,
can
that's-
transfer runes, can't we?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That could be good for the boomerang.
Crank, what is your current sword? Can I just look at it for
Authority?
a minute?
Krunk's is a +3 greater striking corrosive serrating.
Well, we could add the rune. I mean, this is a sword, a +3 greater, kind of like yours. We could put the flaming on that, and you could have a backup that's almost as cool as the one you've got.
Well, I think that it's important that we boost up everyone's things. If I have the +3, I mean, I'm not going to say no to the greater striking if you don't mind putting it on authority, but
No, I would put it on. It'd be pretty easy. All you'd have to do, Gingham goes into this really long explanation of how to move this, and that's it.
Or you could just take it to the dwarf, and I think he just like blinks and does it.
Well, Gingham narrows their eyes as much as they can. I can do it just as fast as the dwarf, Jack.
Okay, then here you go. Jack hands the longsword to Gingham. Well, I don't think there's much more around here for us to linger for.
So do we just step back through this portal?
I don't think we have another choice, but part of me is a little worried that we're going to get another bait and switch like we did when we ended up at the wherever that was. Whenever we landed, we thought we were going home, and then we didn't go home, and we ended up at that fort or whatever.
Oh, that was funny.
well, I'll step through first and see where you're prepared for whatever is coming next.
Okay, heading back
Well-
through, Crunk.
Disappear.
You step back through, and as you step back through, you see Mordecai and Willem.
That's not a
at the
good sign.
courtyard. Crunk.
Let me guess. The card was missing.
It was. How'd you know?
Ours was as well. Signs of the
Ah.
Shadow Prince in the last day.
You think it was him?
I
Well, that's
found
good. I was
footprints.
concerned
Gingham
that
found them.
something wasn't working right for us.
No, I fear that we tarried too long. The prince moved faster while we rested.
When I stepped through ours, there was just some kind of battle had happened. Demons dead everywhere. Morlocks dead everywhere. No card.
Similar with us.
Looted everything we could. Brought it back for you.
Thank you. What did you find?
Let's see.
Give Chance a chance to dump everything into the stash. Does everyone step through immediately afterwards?
I'd wait
Yeah.
like a second or two, and then I'll go. So I probably heard most of that.
Willem gives you an inventory list of everything they grabbed, which was a longsword.
Hey, whoa. Say it in his voice.
All right. Well, you found 6 longswords, mundane, nothing special. +1 striking, wounding falchion, might be interesting. +1 resilient studded leather armor. We found a corrosive greater rune on the runestone. We found this bone symbol of Lamashtu, worthless. Picked it up just in case. Material component pouch with nothing exciting to write home about. Some ghost dust, which is a drug in my opinion. 1,300 gold pieces, and a handful of jewels and crystals that I would say probably equals around 2,000 gold in value.
I'm sorry, you think that ghost dust is a drug?
Ah, yes.
Doesn't it just make one invisible?
Yes, you can use it as a talisman. It's decent, but I believe that Morlocks use it as a drug.
Is there any evidence of that? Can I do a knowledge?
Yeah, sure. Society.
A 2, right next to the 20, 24.
You've never heard that before, but you're not sure necessarily if it's wrong.
I've never heard of that before, and I'm going to do my own independent research before I believe such a thing.
Oh, I did much research on Morlocks. It's a thesis I was putting together before I found more interesting things. Vile creatures.
There's more blood just gushes out of the mouth dummy. Just
God,
seeps through the armor and onto the ground.
I thought yours were empty.
There was a trap we encountered.
Yes, must still be careful of those.
You said you found a symbol of Lamash too?
Yes.
Hmm.
One of the Morlocks was wearing it. Made of bones.
Guess that's not too surprising.
No, it's not. She's the mother of monsters, after all.
Yeah. It just seems like...
Self-given title, by the way.
Just seems like... I don't know. Seems like the gods of all sorts are quite interested in this whole venture.
Yes, it's something quite big that we're on to here, Jack. And the gods, of course, are going to be interested in major world events.
For anyone listening, Willem did the air quotes around gods. Nothing about this symbol sparks any memories, does it, Chase?
Nope.
Darn. Okay. So, okay, you guys, I have object reading. I was thinking of using it on something that we grabbed.
I think you totally should.
But should I do it on something we found or something that Willem found? Or do you think it matters?
I think we should have done it on the dragon.
Does it can I do is a body an object?
No.
Okay, well I'll do it
It's
on the
not?
gloves then. I'll do it on the gloves of storing.
I guess you could do on the body, I suppose. Doesn't it say it's an inanimate object?
One object. You place a hand on an object to learn a piece of information about an emotional event that occurred involving the object within the past week, determined by the GM.
All right, I guess so.
It's too late anyways,
so.
it's fine. I just
Yeah, I'll do
wanted
it
to
on-
really make a point that it's an object.
I'll do it on... Well, I was thinking of doing it on the gloves, but I'm worried I might just get a reading of us almost dying, because that was kind of emotional. It's just like, this happened in the last 10 minutes. Okay, I guess I'll pick something not the gloves. Maybe long sword.
All right, so you put a hand on that sword, and you get a premonition. Your vision goes hazy, and you see kind of a shadowed black and white recap from the perspective of this sword that was stuck down into the stash. And you see the Shadow Prince stepping into the dragon horde with just an army of little demons flooding into the room. You see this dragon perk up and watch them come in. And at this point, the dragon looks like it was, or the Shadow Prince looks like they were escorted in by the shadow creatures. And the dragon speaks up, says,
"You enter my lair. I have no quarrel with you. I am in need of help. If it's something that you seek from me, perhaps we can work out an arrangement."
And the Shadow Prince just points at the dragon, and all of the demons swarm the dragon, and the dragon starts clawing at him and biting at him. And the dragon kills a bunch, but as the demons die, they don't leave corpses, they just melt away into shadow. And the Shadow Prince throws his mace, which spins and cracks the dragon on the head, and eventually the dragon falls and dies.
Looks like
So
the Shadow
sad.
Prince marched in with his army, and the dragon tried to strike a deal. but the Shadow Prince was not interested. What do we do now?
There are no more portals, are there, Chase?
There are not. All of the archways are inert. And shortly after you say that, and you guys are kind of wondering what to do next, all 6 of the archways activate, but not in the way that you normally see them activate. They all fill with like a black, shadowy smoke.
I don't like the
Knowledge
look of that.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me. You can do a horror lore if you want, M, or an esoteric lore, Gingham.
Ooh, a nat 1. Do I want to re-roll a nat 1? Yes, I do. Oh my gosh, not much better. 34.
34, you're not sure what's happening.
I rolled a 4, you rolled a 5.
You're
This
also
is not the way
sure,
we should be in
Gingham.
sync, Katie.
No. I am going to also.
What kind of
hero
knowledge would
point.
this be, Chase?
This would be a Arcana or a craft.
Well,
This is a
nat 20s happen.
craft.
Wait, are we re-rolling with craft? Arcana or craft?
I'm just rolling for
No.
the first time because I didn't
Oh,
make
Gingham
a
was
check.
going to use a hero point, I think.
Yeah.
I was just fishing for a nat 20.
You're just hoping and dreaming.
Yeah, maybe the
There we
silent
go.
hag would whisper.
49 because I didn't add the
Wow.
+2.
A 49, Gingham, you know that these archways, the way that they've been functioning is showing accessible cards, even across realms. But the way that this is shadowed means that they are probably veiled, meaning that they are in a realm that is inaccessible to you, meaning that you can't get there through the archways.
There are cards we can get, but not this way.
Hmm.
That's
Realms won't work.
kind of useless. I suppose I shall cancel the adventuring and go back to the books. Willem looks a little disappointed.
Yes. Perhaps I'll go see you, Silket. Find
I'll
out
go
what's going
message
on.
Ramen and tell him that we're not doing anything exciting today.
I have to go make things. Gingham makes off with all of the weapons.
Oh my gosh.
Hajek comes walking in just as you're leaving, Gingham. Pardon me, is this a bad time?
But I need to go make things. What can I do for you, Hijek?
I have something rather important to bring up to the lot of you. Could it wait for just one moment?
I
Please, everybody sit. Sorry to drop this on you. I was still trying to look into it, but I now believe we might be low on time. Willem has had me continuing investigations on how the Shadow Prince attacked our realm. And I do believe that I have come across the answer through some untraditional knowledge and a confession that I must share with all of you. I
What is
ask
going
for
on?
forgiveness before we continue any further. Just please keep that in mind. But I do believe that it may be partially my fault that the Shadow Prince was able to attack.
What do
I-
you mean by
I
that?
didn't specifically let him in, but I believe some of my past transgressions may have caught up with me. Willem was able to bring me back in a strange way to this place. And he was able to do so studying ties to Harrowcourt. And I couldn't help but notice the other day there's a shadowy spot out on the edge of the forest where you fought the Shadow Prince. I believe it was where he was slain. I don't believe that that is an afterimage. In fact, I don't believe you actually slayed the Shadow Prince. And I believe that he left himself a back door into Harrowcourt for a future assault. And I believe that it's activating. I felt a strange familiar presence. That's how I found it. I just noticed it today. And I recognize the shadow and the aura that it's giving off. You see, you're all seeking a specific horror deck, the Deck of Destiny, yes?
You know that we are.
Well, I once, a long time ago, sought after a horror deck of my own. Not the Deck of Destiny. It was a different one, the Deck of Harrowed Tales. And that deck had its own plane, very similar to Harrowcourt. And this is actually what led to my eventual demise, I believe, is I tried to rule that place. And I was betrayed by a dear friend. And that deck was lost to me. And that deck is a strange place. It houses a plane just like this one, and that plane has a very powerful item that can let one travel around to specific locations. And I believe that the Shadow Prince may have come across that deck. Probably tracked onto it, much as Willem did to my soul. And I think that's how he got here.
How much time do we have before we're attacked?
He's activated it. It does take time.
How much time?
Maybe an hour.
And
I have to get the paladins ready.
I may have an alternate solution.
okay, we'll spit it out.
My past transgressions. This deck is dangerous. I learned that it's... let's just say I learned about its intricacies. I did some bad things with that deck, and it was accidental. But if you are all to enter this active portal before he comes through, it should stall him from coming to the in-between realm. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I could tell you about this item within this deck plane, and you could probably invade the realm of the Prince of Wolves, the Shadow Prince yourself. A counterattack rather than a defense. I doubt he will send his physical form just like last time. I'm sure he's gathered more demons, and he's probably just going to continue attacking in greater and greater force. Perhaps you tried to cut the head off the serpent, so to speak.
And perhaps you're lying to us, Hajek. Perhaps this is another one of your grave sins, and you're just leading us into a trap.
She looks like super guilty and sorrowful. I have no reason to lie to you. This place has given me a second chance at life. I wish to see it thrive and continue. I wish to have more time here to amend for the transgressions that I've done.
Sense motive.
Do I believe her?
Yeah, do blind perceptions.
Did.
She seems like she's telling the truth to you, Krunk.
Krunk's gonna step forward then, while Jack rolls his, and place a hand on her shoulder. I'm sorry, Jack. I had to ask, but I want you to know I believe in redemption. I do not think that you have fallen too far.
I trapped many people's souls in that deck on accident. I didn't realize I was doing it. It collects legends, and I was a storyteller.
A storyteller.
Yes, but I didn't realize that in telling stories with the possession of that deck that I was trapping actual souls. So I got rid of it, and it was lost to me, and I believe that's how I was tracked back at my game store. That's why you found me murdered when you started your entire quest.
Does the Prince of Wolves come from that deck? He's a living legend.
I don't think so. I believe I suppose it's possible. But as I understood, you all did a scry to find him. Seems like he's an Illusionera.
Yes, that is what I saw.
So my guess is he's just using it as a transit. But since you did find his location, and she points to the archways, I'm guessing that he has some of the cards. His realm is unreachable. Illusionera is hard to reach. There are only certain portals, and they're hard to access without the right favor. But this plane could be a way for you to reach him.
How long will it take
To get there?
to prepare the
don't-
ritual and get there?
To prepare the ritual will be easy, and it will be quick. You just need to enter that shadow spot out in the field, and you have to use your horror cards. I don't know if your deck is going to work in the same way mine did, but it's a theory. If some of the cards can tie to that realm, you'll feel it. Bring the cards you've collected, stand in the portal. If some of the cards have a strange pull to them, they should take you there. I don't know where they'll take you. Different cards took me to different places. It's a strange and a large place. But there is one similarity among all of them, and it's in the center of the realm. There is a fortress. That fortress is how you get to the item that you'll need to travel across realms. It's called the Outreaching Eye. It's telescope. Getting into the fortress through physical force would be suicide, but there's a gatekeeper, and you can buy safe passage. A passage is generally very expensive. They like material goods, but if you go around and bargain with some of the other denizens of the realm, they give you tattoos. And she'll turn around and she'll pull the back of her blouse down a little bit. And you can she's got a bunch of Haro tattoos on her back. If you get these tattoos from them, the passage becomes cheaper.
And this is a very multi-step plan that I was not anticipating. Wait, do we
If you
have
enter the
time for
realm,
this? He's
he
going to be
will
here
not
in
be
an
able-
hour.
If you enter the portal, he will not be able to travel into the realm. Travel into the realm is staggered. If you're there, he can't be there. It won't be allowed.
I need to pray.
But he will probably be aware of what's happening if his invasion is shut down. So if you're going to counterattack, try to do so as quickly as possible. Give him less time to prepare.
So we either stay here and wait for him to show up in an hour, or we do this, we go to this halfway transit plane to get to his place and bring the attack to him. Did I follow all that?
Yes. There is a risk that you should be aware of. If you enter this plane looking for the outreaching eye, the outreaching eye is the only way out. You'll be stuck there until you find it.
Is there a chance we could get separated? You said that these cards would take you to different places.
Join hands when you use one of the cards. You'll travel together.
I need to go pray, and I need to heal.
She nods. I'm sorry, I wanted to flesh this out more and talk about it more properly, but I noticed that the portal was already activating.
Jack, may I use your closet? I
Yeah.
need to go
It's fine.
to the
What a
bazaar.
funny out of context quote.
May I please use your closet?
In dramatic tone.
Krunk disappears.
Willem, how could you miss something like this?
Oh, how could I miss something like this, Jack? I'd never been to this other horror realm, and you've had me stacked up with different types of research. So Jack was being my research assistant. She came across it first.
Okay, whatever.
I think she has a good point.
A good point. This plan, is that what you're saying?
Counterattacking? Yes. If he can just keep coming through here, perhaps if he comes back, maybe he can leave more of these entrances. Plus, who knows what he's coming back with?
All right, well, I'm gonna think, I guess, like Crunk. Gingham, you want to just meet back here in 15 minutes, I guess, since we only have an hour.
Yeah.
Go go ragecraft or whatever.
I'm coming with you, says Victoria.
With me? With Jack?
Where do you need me?
I don't know. I don't even know what we're doing yet. I guess we're waiting for Krunk to get back and decide after Desna tells him what to do.
All right. I'll get prepared for anything then.
That's a little disrespectful, Jack.
Wait,
He needs
he went to pray.
guidance.
So
to
do
get
we
some
all.
guidance to calm his mind. That's not getting a god to tell you what to do. That's such an ass thing. Kingdom's walking off again, muttering. Lose a damn sword. Think the gods are telling you what to do. I'm Jack.
Even when the Shadow Prince is attacking, somehow I'm still the bad guy, he says to Willem.
I'm just feeling a bit sensitive, I'm sure.
Okay, well.
We are under attack. A bit tense.
Yeah, I noticed.
What's this about a sword?
Just forget the fucking sword, okay? It's gone. Token is gone, okay? Now everybody knows. Token is gone. I have this now. We're all caught up.
Token the sword.
And now we can all move on, okay? I'm sorry.
You don't apologize to me, Jack. I'm fine.
Are
Jack's
you,
like,
Willem?
you are my best friend.
I need to get some air. You can come if you want, Victoria. I don't care what anybody does right now. I guess we're figuring out what to do.
You want to go for a run, Jack?
No, Willem.
All right. Do what you need to do.
Jack's
Willem's
gonna
like,
go
cardio
walking
will
off.
fix
It
it.
will fix everything. Jack is going to find a quiet spot in the forest. Yeah, he wants to go to the forest.
As you head towards the forest, you do see that shadow spot is now rising up kind of like a shadowy column from the ground.
Jack spits on it as he walks by.
The spit disappears.
Take that, Shadow Prince. Wherever you're channeling this portal, I hope it landed on you.
Man, I was waiting for it. And make a will save.
And make a will save.